Hi everyone, Andrea Buweya here, registered psychotherapist and your relationship coach. I wanted to come to you today quickly with this short video in our Love Beneath the Surface series. This video is titled The Tears You Have Cried. The Tears You Have Cried. I want you to know that the tears you have cried hold a treasure in them. I want you to know that the tears you have cried hold a treasure in them. I want you to just inhale that. The tears I have cried carried a treasure in them. I want you to just inhale that for a moment. Far beneath the surface of what we've been socialized to think about crying, the tears that you've cried have always held a treasure in them. The tears you've cried have always held a treasure in them. If you grew up like I grew up, you've heard these instructions time and time again. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. And they might have been followed with instructions like these. Be strong, pull yourself together. And so if you are like me, you have been socialized to think about crying in a negative, from a negative perspective. We have associated crying with being weak, crying with being not strong. I want you to know that there's nothing further from the truth. Because far beneath the surface, when our body unites with our emotional experience, it truly brings up a wellspring that is meant to refresh us in the pathway of healing. In the pathway of healing. I want you to know that when you allow your body to engage in that permission to refresh you and to cure you in that moment, that is strength. That is incredible strength. I want you to think with me. Not too long ago, if you were to rewind the clock, maybe about 70 years or so ago, before there was a widespread of refrigeration, there's a process that most tradition would use to preserve the life of meat. That was a process of salting the meat. When that meat was salted well, it preserved the life of that meat far beyond that which it would have been good for. And so as I thought about that process symbolically, I want you to make the association with me. As I thought about that process symbolically, it just dawned on me that that process was called curing. Salt was for the purpose of curing. If you were to look on the grocery shelves today, most of the ingredients, most of the products that are on the shelf of our grocery store, one of the number one ingredients in those products is sodium. Well, the jury is still out on how healthy an overabundance of sodium is for our body. But I want you to think with me the association now. Have you ever tasted your tears? What have your tears tasted like? You got that right. Salt. If you think symbolically with me that your body is truly engaging you in this process of curing, in this process of making you more sustainably alive and healthy through that experience of being with yourself, of crying, of truly uniting heart and body, heart and mind in that process of truly releasing from the depths of who you are, the pain and the levels of loss that sometimes trigger that experience of crying. Scientifically, it is well known that crying is healing. Sociologically, it is also well known that crying invites care when we are in safe places. I want you to know that your tears hold a treasure in them, a treasure of healing far beneath the surface of what we've been socialized to think. You are strong to cry. Let's continue to love beneath the surface, one moment at a time, what you truly desire and deserve in love and relationship. It is possible. You are the heart of a good thing.